name is Ashley Collins, aka The Onto Dragons. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. I broke my phone. It was a long time coming though. Like, I think I had my phone for like 8 years. At least 4 different breakups, you see what I'm saying? But yeah, now I have a new phone. The quality is really, really good, which sounds so fucking spoiled, but I fucking hate it. So like, forgive me for not making eye contact with the camera enough. Okay, sending nudes. Who hasn't sent a fucking nude? Who hasn't sent like a seductive selfie before? I told myself years ago that I was gonna stop sending seductive photos, nudes, etc., because I just don't want them to have that of me anymore, and also I don't want them to share with other people. But it's just like when we were younger, right? And I don't know why I'm thinking like with the male point of view, but like you would share your Playboy magazines with your friends, like, oh, do you want to see what my girlfriend looks like naked? Which sounds so like disgusting though, because why would you want other people to see your girl naked, right? First of all, I do not like dick pics. Please keep your penis to yourself. I don't need to see it on the camera. In real life, I'll just see if I like it or not. But other than that, I don't want to see your dick picture. I don't know why people find that so appealing. I don't know. For some reason, this may sound a little lesbianish, but I don't find the phallus like something to like drool over. Breasts are exciting. I think breasts are cool. I also think vaginas are kind of extremely gross. People bleed out of that once a month, so I don't want to see a picture of that either. I'll see it in real life, I'll touch it and I'll cuddle it in the middle of the night. But other than that, I don't need a photo on my phone. But, that's just me. Anyway, so, as you may or may not know, story of my life, I was talking to someone. I do air quotes because apparently we weren't talking. My fault. I should have communicated that. But why is that my job to communicate that? You're the man. Like, but anyway, yeah, we're not talking anymore, and I miss the fuck out of him. Because I find people in real life so boring. No offense, but I find people so dull because I find that people are like reading off the same script. People are saying the same like 5 or 6 things, and I like talking to because I could never predict what he was going to say. I liked being around him because he always made me laugh. He always kept me on my toes. But anyway, we're not talking about how much I miss him. We're talking about the fact that I've thought about my history of sending nudes and seductive photos, and it panics the fuck out of me how many boys still have them, how many boys still keep them, how if one day, let's say one day I do end up famous, how they could use that to hurt me. I think about that a lot, too often. So why do we send nudes in the first place? We send them, the obvious answer is we send them to keep someone's interest, right? Because sex sells, especially when you're like in the first dating stages and you haven't seen each other naked, or maybe you did drunkenly one night see each other naked and you're like, oh, I don't remember. And then they send you a photo, they're like, oh, yeah, now I remember, and now I want to keep them around, right? Women are 4 times more likely to send nudes in order to boost their self-esteem, which I think is very interesting. Lesbians and bisexual women do it more often to prove that they embrace their sexuality. I think that that's very interesting that the less clothes that you wear as a woman, the more empowered that you are. You see a lot of influencers, in their bikinis or in the gym, etc., and they're like half naked, and they're like, this is what a woman looks like. And it's like, but you could have just taken a picture of your face, and this sounds hypocritical, but like, here's the thing with me though, right? Having a theatrical background, nudity doesn't really disturb me the right way that it should, right? The way that it should disturb me, right? I've done shows in my bra and underwear. I've done a show topless before, the musical Hair is there's a scene where everyone on stage is naked, right? What other show am I thinking about? Yeah, like, nudity doesn't really disturb me with my theatrical background. So when like you ask me to like do a photo shoot half naked. I'm like, yeah, I've done this since college. This is nothing new, you know? So yeah, it's in my mind, nudity, like, it's not a random stranger that turns me on. It's the person that I'm talking to. I'm like, yes, I'm excited to see you naked, you know? And also, why? Because I know that one of my exes did this. I know that one of my exes would share my photos with his friends. And he'd be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. You're a really pretty girl. I just want to show my friends off. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, I don't want you to, like, I don't want to seem like a square, you know? I think another reason why we like to send nudes is we want to keep people's interest, you know, which is so manipulative. Because for myself, if you really want to see me that bad, we're most likely living in the same city. Come see me. Take me on a date. Come see me in person in real life, you know? And if you really need to see a photo of me that bad, that person most likely has a Facebook. They most likely have an Instagram. Just scroll through there. Scroll through there and take a screenshot. Because everyone can take a screenshot of shit, by the way. Have you thought about that before? Like, Snapchat has the reasons why people are more comfortable with sending nudes is the like I said, the fucking fake phony female empowerment. It's like, take off your clothes, ladies, which the smart ones know what you're doing, by the way. But also Snapchat has like created this great vanishing mode where you can send a nude and you feel safe, you feel secure, but they can still screenshot it. They can't, because like it'll notify you. No, it doesn't. No, it won't. People are very stealth-like. You can trust me. Have you? Oh yeah, I'm sure we've all dated that person who's like, oh, you can trust me. I won't do anything with your photos. I won't share with anyone, etc., etc. You don't know that. You don't 1,000% know that for sure, for certain. Yeah, they say the right things and they're very clever and they're very coy and they have a really nice smile, but when things go south, you think of the worst things to do. That you think of how can I hurt this person the worst? Which is very interesting how when it comes to hurting men, we think about like ruining them. When it comes to hurting both genders, we think about trying to ruin that person's reputation, right? We do it with men by like emasculating them, right? Or trying to damage their property. When it comes to women, we think about like, how can I like show what a slut she is? Because that'll be shameful for her. I thought about drunkenly one night messaging on my exes and being like, hey, just so you know, I still think you're a piece of shit, but like, please, like, I hope that you've deleted my nudes. I hope that you've deleted everything. And if like there was a good one, could you send it to me so I can use it for future reference? That was a joke. That was a bad joke. Like I was saying, for me and with my theatrical experience, art and nudity are the same thing. I mean, like, look at statues. You know, look at historically statues. Like, you see the breasts and you see the penis. You know, sometimes at the same time. You know, and with this online life, where we find that we can get attention from showing like a little bit of boob. You can get attention by showing a little bit of ass cheek. You know, you can get attention from like popping your pussy on camera, which is one of the reasons why I've been thinking about like my career with theater, and I've been trying to like get out of the restaurant industry, and I'm like, I could teach dance classes again, but I don't want to teach your child how to twerk. I really, really don't. I don't think that that's going to be very useful for her in real life unless she's going to... We don't need to help push kids to be a stripper. There, you know, that's how you make fast money. You know? I don't think that if you want to be successful in the art business, that twerking and popping your pussy is going to be something that's useful to kids, to little girls. I don't think so. I don't think that's my job to teach her to embrace her sexuality. I think that's fucking weird and super fucking awkward. You know? Trust. Like I was saying, I trust you to keep this secret between the two of us. I trust you to be delicate and sometimes a little bit feisty with my body, because at the end of the day, I would like us to become one, which sounds so super cheesy and super lame. Excuse me. I was looking at this video today that was saying how maybe you should be more selfish as a human. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think we have a problem at all with being selfish. I think the pandemic proved that 1,000%. Wear your mask, don't wear your mask, be a sheep. There are literally borders in grocery stores of where you can stand and stuff. I don't think we have a problem at all with being selfish. I think that we have a problem a lot with being compassionate, with actually listening to people, with actually caring. And it shouldn't take you, what if that was your son? What if that was your daughter, to use your common sense to be like, don't share this with anyone else. She wants me enough. She feels comfortable enough to share that with me. Obviously, or him. Obviously, I'll keep it to myself. And then when things are done, delete, move on, next. Thank you, next. You know? I think I have a problem with, I think the reason why I'm so desperate in finding a real man is because of my household, how we're so broken. And I've been reminiscing on that a lot the past week, of how broken my household is. And I think I cracked the code. I think that if I find a real man and invite him into my home, he can fix things. But that's stupid. That's too much pressure to put on someone. That's so idiotic. That's never gonna happen. Keep your body to yourself. But then that's so strange when someone touches you. You feel like your body doesn't belong to you anymore. Does anyone else think that as well? Does anyone else ever feel like you don't belong to yourself anymore? That they took something with them and like you can't get it back? But you're gonna send nudes anyway because you're an adult. You can make your own decisions. Cool. Bye.